Mhm. Yeah. So now we arrive and we begin. Yes, to our data structure management, another point to restructure the data about its relation to other philosophies, religious belief systems. So first of all, to categorize it, if we want to compare the yogic philosophy part to any other religion, we must remember that it is analytical philosophy, no? Like Nigam. It can propose it, it can logically prove it, it can advise some methodology, experiment, base, give examples, no? In this way, establishing it universal. So, and some beliefs and some religions which doesn't allow the analytical approach. No? Like if you want just like reference for one book like Shiva Sutra. Shiva Sutra itself is a kind of revelation. The story is that Vasugupta is going and he is seeing in the dream the sutras. He goes to the rocks turns up, and the sutra was inscribed. So this treatise itself is in a way like you cannot say it's analytical. Like nobody is trying to propose something to you to go through a process to understand, to infer, no? The principles, the logistics. So there are two kinds of books. Some are with logistics. If we want to compare the yoga philosophical way, we must compare it to anything which is proposed logically and systematically, not just a revelation which you cannot answer with cause and effect.
Krishnaji, for any religious philosophy, will there not always be a certain um, aspect of faith or belief, even if it's logical faith? Is it
Yeah,
some submission to higher authority?
yeah.
Yeah.
But here is that some represented intentionally with logic and some represented intentionally without logic. On many points, it's when you go to say, no, drop the logic, no, drop the rational mind. If you want to take it, just take it, otherwise leave it. And one is proposed universally out. And okay, if you want, these are the principles, this is the way we find the truth. This is the on this basis we are talking, this is our inference, this can be done, this has been done. That way. So intentionally produced. Even in that, you are believing there will be a logical structure for sure. And even if it is logical structure, there must be something about many things which you don't know. Many things just on the inference, you have not make it pragmatic. You have not experimented with that. But logically, it appears to be true, and inferentially, it is there but not experimented. So then, so in philosophy, yes, many things are just inferred, just on the basis of logical structure. It's inferred also.
And I guess for the purpose of what we're doing, which is using hatha yoga to help elevate, say, someone with no inherent belief in religion or God, we have to be very logical in how we present it.
Yeah, it must be inferential.
Yeah.
One of the basic tenets in yogic philosophy that it must be inferential.
Hmm.
One of the so if we compare to any philosophy or any belief or any religion, we must know that we are both are inferential. How they are inferring, that's the comparing. The method of inferring is different, maybe, but both should adopt the method of inference. We can ask AI just a kind of a data structure. So, which of like religions, sects, beliefs, which are inferring. So, their God is based on inference. If you want, I can share.
Okay, yeah. I set up a really basic mind map as well. I could whatever we talk about, I can just add to it every lecture we have, and
Mhm.
then it just keeps a record of what we've discussed.
Mm. We started on Chat GPT, no?
Yes, we're using
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
once you choose your log means at one place, ask anything, yeah. Can you list influence, no? E, yeah.
Oh, yeah, influence.
Indian
Yeah,
philosophical for sure, no?
yeah,
And let's see. Yeah, Buddhist logic also we can compare. Hmm?
yeah,
And Greek and Western philosophy. For sure it's logical, Aristotelian.
yeah. Where, when I stayed at the Tibetan Buddhist ashram in Dharamshala, their
Mm-hmm.
their influence was so strong. Every day, 3 hours, they would argue, just debating every day, 3 hours. They had specific time. Arguing. Yeah, that was crazy.
And it's there also tradition, like it's a culture to argue.
Yeah,
When I was there in Dharamshala and Dalai Lama used to come, so one side Dalai Lama is giving its lectures and things in another way. The monks coming from different schools, and it's like one will sit there, another will challenge. It's with a gesture, kind of a showing that we are fighting, and so very playfully they will use their logic to counter and defend each other and prove rationalism. Ah, Islamic philosophy. Look, here, here we need you
okay.
to go and inquire about it and find somebody if you have any doubt about it. No?
Okay, I can ask some people about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here is your job. Islamic philosophy. Kalam. What is this? No?
Yes.
and how it can be compared to yogic philosophy. So yogic philosophy is basically, you need to remember Sankhya philosophy, no?
Mm.
And yoga is a methodology. So we need to be also aware how they are using methods to reach that experience or the truth. Hmm.
This is
Jewish philosophy also we need to find Chinese philosophy and modern natural theology. It's a big work, yeah?
mm.
And we need to look into it a little deeper. Indian philosophy, I can support, no? Very nicely. Greek also.
Kalam. I can research into Kalam.
Look, here I need support. This I need to study by myself, no?
Natural theology. What
Modern
is
and scientific philosophy, I have not really come like did any modern reading, no?
what is natural theology? Is that just
I mean,
like
just name is a name. It's a intellectual knowledge. It's a nomenclature.
right,
First, there is a name, noun. Now you go deep, the qualities of this noun, adjective, then verb, then what it does, the whole thing. So this I need to understand the whole things how the modern thinking is going on. No,
oh, okay,
to you can also go with it.
yeah.
This also I'm not good so much, but I can understand it.
Yeah. Krishnaji, have
Jewish
you?
philosophy also I am not integrates Greek logic with religion, but I'm not good, no,
Hmm.
to bring out the essence. Islamic the same way. Others I can, Western philosophers I can, Descartes and Spinoza very well understand them completely from where they are talking about what and where they are confused, where they are clear. Systematic logical theology. Mm. We studied long before, no, these people. We don't need to go with, but the yoga philosophy, look, yeah, Thomas Aquinas, 5 ways to prove God, motion, causation, contingency, degrees, and design, no? So here the tantric philosophy is more focusing on design. Also in Islamic, some of the cults basically focusing on design, architecture of the universe, design of the, and God as a designer, architecture. Also the Islamic religion sect, Sufi, Naqshband.
Hmm. Hmm. What do you mean by design? Is it like the
Like if
like
there is a
aspect of
proper
God? Yeah.
structure
Yes.
into this universe and you see the logical structure and symmetry, so seeing the design, you are inferring that there is a designer behind it
Right. Right.
based on
Right.
inference, no?
Right. Right. Yeah, the intelligent designer
Yeah.
argument. Yeah.
And here the yoga is based on causation,
Mm.
Sankhya philosophy,
Right.
more focusing on causation, and motion basically will come on hatha yoga, movements.
Right.
Also in Raja Yoga,
Mm.
we are focusing on motion, movements, modifications, changing, and equating with the mind, Patanjali Yoga, and through going towards the Cavalier. So in yoga philosophy, in methodology of yoga, motion is there. In philosophy, causation is there. And in Tantric philosophy, more design and degrees. All there. Contingency, I don't know. Systematic logical theology. Well, we will not go in theology so much, but we need to philosophical. Others I'm fine. I can make it clear, no?
Hmm.
From Indian Sankhya, this all is okay with me. My yeah, this also. Here is my weak point. Islamic, Jewish, Chinese, and modern. No? This I need to study myself, or you need to. And this basically you should, if you can take these two, Islamic and Jewish, possible. They are
Yep, I
more
can.
similar, no?
Yeah, like Abrahamic styles. Yeah.
Yeah, because the origin is same, no?
Hmm.
The
Yes,
common
continue.
belief there between both. The common belief, they share some common beliefs. So with both, if you can work
Yes.
or find
Should,
some scholar and clear your doubt.
should I just make it Abrahamic? Because Christianity would be similar as well. Christianity, Judaism,
Oh,
Islam.
yes. Why
Yeah,
don't they give Christian religion? They're not mentioning.
yeah, interesting.
Hmm, very interesting. Is that means they are taking Bible categorization not
Yeah.
in Nigam but Agam, revelation.
Chat GPT is biased towards
No, but
Christianity.
this Thomas Aquinas,
Okay.
this Thomas Aquinas, I think he represents Christianity.
Thomas. Yeah, he's a priest. He's an
Yeah,
Italian
he
priest.
represents the
Yeah.
Christian side we can see in him.
He's a proponent of natural theology that they
Hmm,
mention.
hmm,
Provides such existence of deity based on human reason.
hmm.
Okay, distinguished from revealed theology.
With common sense, no? With
Yeah.
common sense.
Okay.
Inferring with common sense. Very nice. Not so much like you need to mm, think so much, become a scholar about it, but just using the common sense. Like Sankhya theory is also you can use common sense to understand. Simple ways. Inferring with inference and training the mind with inference. The mind can be trained very easily on this, and you can meditate and be enlightened, like motion. No? Suppose motion, and if you want to attain God through motion, so you can also ask the motion. Like motion was, I think, Aristotle was the motion, uh, the prime mover. No,
Aristotle, prime mover.
Aristotle. No,
Charter.
original idea. So he searched the God in through this dimension. You see, his philosophy is changing, no? The way mind will function, the way mind will seek truth. So this is the basic idea which he's proposing is very fundamental, it's very common sense. But the great philosophers or great ideas behind the great work behind it. The whole Aristotle was whole movement. Search was who is the prime mover.
Right.
Things are moving, things are in motion, things are changing.
Mm.
I am changing, my mind changing, body changing. It's so moving, but who is that the who gives the first initiative, Big Bang? Like
I,
in cosmological way,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can say the Big Bang.
yeah, exactly. Like even scientists, they think that way because they've inferred the creation of the universe scientifically through motion. They're like, okay, everything is expanding, so it
Hmm.
has to begin from singularity. But this
Yeah,
is,
one
yeah,
point.
1 point.
So who is initiating giving this power to that point in the beginning, no? Initially.
Mm. Mm.
So all these movements are within that movement,
Yes.
within one power. So this is the way Aristotle was searching. And same idea, no? Seed becoming a tree, genetic codes becoming body, the subtle becoming the gross, child becoming adult, things changing, no? Completely changing their form, which is unrecognizable. That this can be the cause of that. In that way of thinking, the original ideas in this, they are, and then you start to mind starts to function differently. So whatever moves is moved by something else, no? One thing hitting others, and here you are observing, finding the law of motion, the law, observing the law of motions, or until one thing is hitting another, it's changing, hitting big. So how the movement's changing, the observation, the observer. So observer using the mind to, this way I will observe the truth, making a choice. I will search this way. I will train my mind this way. So whatever moves is moved by something else will be the fundamental logic structure in your brain program. Mind will move through a program, and programs must have a logical functions. Otherwise, you can't think. You say, I'm getting stuck. I cannot go to the truth. I get blocked. My mind not working. Means contradictory programs or program not there. So the fundamentally structural functions designed for the core mind is what you say, no, belief system. So even if you believe that I can find the God through this way, the way Aristotle find it, your mind will start to become like Aristotle. You will start to see like Aristotle and act and start devices. Methodology you might change. You can create more devices, more engineering. And this creates a chain of movers. And can this chain go infinitely backward? Another logical, rational thinking. Then in India, people started to go back past life. In methodology, you see the one philosophy, just a belief, yes, I can find the truth by going backward at the Big Bang, at the origination, and your methodology will change, your lifestyle will change, your practices will change. And this way, you can also go to the para, first mover. That will be always in para, where you will be one-pointed. And what you will be experiencing, para apara, in tantric way, in processing. That will be your experience, John, in the middle. And full 100% fact will be in apara. So facts in apara, until they become fact, they are processing. And the original, from where the whole movement is coming, we call para, beyond, the prime mover. If you give a personality, it will become a god. If you don't give a personality, it remains nirvana phase. Without any personality, nothing, but everything, causing everything. So this way you can see this one idea, common sense, you might find it in fusion in Buddhism, in any religion. So this way you see, and that's a very nice, I like, when I was first time reading this Thomas Aquinas, I loved him. So common sense, it immediately makes sense what he's talking about. Where is going? Aquinas, very nice. Like any normal person can understand his logic. Hmm. Here,
Yeah,
motion,
yeah.
no? You saw? Motion. Causation, one causing the other. And we are going to the first cause, who is the cause of everything, that is our God. That is our truth.
Okay. So, I guess how does this relate to? So yeah. So we're trying to understand, like kind of what the common themes of
We are using
logic and
our
religion is.
mind
Yeah,
to
yeah,
understand.
yeah. Yeah. So how does religion apply logic to understand God,
God,
essentially? Yeah.
and how yoga is using it,
Yes. How
both
yoga.
ways.
Yeah.
We are having relationship, and our relationship, how not only yoga, also Vigyan Bhairo Tantra.
Answer. Okay. So yeah. So we can understand the how it's parallel
Yeah,
to
so we are
yeah.
understanding the triology, yoga, tantra, and others, inferentials, established schools or thoughts
Okay.
or religions, whatever.
I'll start putting this in the mind map.
Yeah. So causation is one based on Indian system and basically the yoga. Contingency. Let's see. Design is okay. I'm a little bit confused about his contingency. And also the same way, no, the process of watching the change is also Buddhism.
Mm.
That it's not looking for Buddhism, the Vipassana in which you are not actively looking for the prime mover or prime changer, but you are just observing it, that everything is a flux change. And the observer
Is that's
changing
similar,
or not changing.
like a Patanjali's
Different
Yoga
way.
Yoga
Buddhism
Sutra.
using it in a very different way.
Yeah.
But later on, when Buddhism started to intermingle with other schools and thoughts and cultures, and when it come out in all kinds of judo, karate, all tai chi, there they are using the same. No, like you guess the movement before the person moves, intentions, motives, directions, sense. So that is based on, and through that they can achieve God. Like you, they can move. The movement initiated by the soul, the prime mover. So in movements, yes, Buddhism later on adopted this. Before it was very different way, passive, not involving motor organs at all in its process of enlightenment. Yeah, this is different. Your causations like same, uh, it's causation like in Sankhya, like subtle is causing the gross to happen. Like intelligence is the cause for ego. Ego becomes the cause for mind. Mind becomes the cause for body, no? For expansion process. And also like potters, like if a clay or something is there, somebody has created it or somebody designed it.
That's like Patanjali's Yoga Sutras is what that's like more like going from gross to subtle.
Gross to settle.
Got to subtle. So it's like dividing to see to go causation, first cause.
Everything, nothing, like everything is impermanency. Contingency is the necessary being. And then inferring that a permanent being there. Like everything is growing and dying, no? Being born and dying, being born and dying. And through, say, necessary being, yes, you can come here, Bhagavad Gita, contingency. Yeah, you can find. Yeah, same. Brahma and Vedanta, same. Degrees, relation, perfection, Plato, no? Perfect being. Yeah, and this is also comes into experience, no? Degrees. Like when the mystical experiences, they are so much in degrees that they change the quality. You know, like bliss, like little bit beauty you see, little bit happy you are, and you see infinite beauty, then infinite bliss, then it's a degree gradation of perfection in experience. And this is how also we infer the God, the good qualities. Analogy. Indian eco design. Yeah. Purpose, no? In movement. If you're seeking, discovering the patterns of the world in movement, finding a meaning and purpose in life, then you go with your mind is grows like this. Then your plant grows towards sunlight. That means any movement has a movement towards God, towards the source, towards the food. So if you will paint, if you are a painter and you will paint like this, so you will have, oh, my painting has a purpose. It is moving towards God. No? This way. So all artists will have this fundamental structure, philosophical structure in their mind. Planets follow precise orbits. DNA builds complex organism. Like I can design something very small, which can convey the very big masses. I can initiate a way of thinking, order and purpose for movement. Like if you want to prove something, do something, make changes in the environment, then you must train your mind like this for a creative purpose. So this way, like very nicely order, I like his divisions. The way common person can think of beyond and use its common sense inference to think of beyond in philosophical way. And when we are following Sankhya Yoga, our think of beyond word is Cavalier.
Cavalier.
Cavalier. So in definitions to raise value about concept, concept of Cavalier. Just a systematic. This way we can study. One direction is this in our philosophical way, just to
Complete
define
Purusha.
what is Cavalier and how Patanjali using the inference, and now comparing with Aquinas, 5 ways, very nice. Motion, you see, no modifications, which I says,
Right.
and first cause. Patanjali discovers that which is, yeah, first cause, which is never in motion. Causations, very nice, no? This way, and this is, I think, enough for Christian way of thinking. Major religion like Christianity, this can represent. And here Ishwar of
Yeah.
Patanjali.
So, yeah, because yeah, essentially, yeah, they're talking about the
Yeah,
same thing.
Patanjali is going through a
Yeah,
methodology. No,
yeah,
inference, discrimination, silence, cavalier.
yeah, yeah.
And Aquinas is only philosophy. He is methodology, remember. No? Patanjali is a methodology, is a process giver, a system giver. But Aquinas is giving philosophically, just without any methodology, pure philosophy here. Interesting. This is also interesting for us, all three.
Cavalia. So, like with the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra, essentially it's the same idea where obviously they don't call it Purusha,
Now,
but
Vijnana Tantra is also a methodology, a little
yeah,
bit of philosophy and belief, no,
yeah,
in the beginning. But inquiry is logical.
yeah.
The Vijnana Tantra has, like here, Aquinas is giving the 5 ways you are thinking, but he is using psychology of, not psychology of Buddhas,
Hmm.
or could be, but he's is helping us to see the 5 ways, 5 structures of the mind, 5 ways of thinking. And the Gyan Bharat Tantra is also, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
the
guess
Gyan
yeah,
Bharat Tantra
yeah.
begins with the same.
Because
It's
the way, yeah,
one search is what is beyond of the form, the
Hmm.
formless, no, abstract. Another question is, if you see Paul Rapp's, what is the element which makes the seed in reflection,
yeah,
seed form and the tree form thinking? And another is, if the cosmic way of search of what is the center of this universe, like if everything is moving, it's moving around a center. So if you see a periphery, a center is inferred. There must be a center. So what could be that center? That is also another avenues Vigyan Bharatantra proposing, if someone is looking for.
but I guess what I'm asking is because the way Patanjali his methodology is referred to as isolating Purusha. Is would it be fair to say that's also what the techniques in Vijnana Bhairav Tantra is attempting to do? Is to isolate Purusha by through Prakriti, through different ways of observing Prakriti? Is that fair to say?
No, Vigyan Bharatantra is very different way of different methodology. No, It's a tantric methodology. So tantric methodology, your nature is unique.
So unique.
Each Purusha, yes, your nature is unique. You have a unique nature of yourself. While in yogic philosophy, nature is like universal, like Maya is equal to everyone else. It's equally like nature is one, and in which all Purusha is evolving into that nature. So two way you can say, and one is individualistic. And also when I say it's analytical, so it's Patanjali is also proposing the same way. I am
Yes.
not this, I am not this, I am not this, I am not this. Inference is also in a negative way. Well, it's proposing the positive word cavalier, but his positive word cavalier is also a negative, this not attached, having a distance, no? Analytical way. Here is the seer is the truth. One who is seeing is the truth, not that what you are seeing in that way. And the Gyan Bharatantra using Shakti Prakriya, Trik Prakriya, God and its energy and me. And it can say all three is true. All three could be true. And nothing is false.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, at least part of recognizing that nature is that not to isolate that observer as well, as part of that realization of all aspects of God, without like being unconsciously identified with it, to also isolate the observer. Isn't that part of it? Doesn't go hand in hand? If I want to understand God in totality, do I not also have to understand, isolate the observing aspect of God to understand God in His fullness?
We go on the layers upon layers of reality
Hmm.
when we start to search for the truth. So we go in one way, okay, our psychological ego, which starts to search, become interested to find something. What is real? What is truth? Where I am, what I'm doing. So then it starts to find an avenue, the structure of the mind. Through that, it starts to look for it. Like 5 avenues, we saw that it starts to think, oh, everything is a design, everything looks like a purpose, there's a symmetry, there's a meaning, there's a purpose. So I must be born with a purpose. There must be a meaning for me to be born. So I should look, what is the meaning and purpose of my life? So that question to this person becomes relevant, meaningful, valuable. Person is ready to invest his life, money, energy into that question. It came through a stream of thinking this way, that now. So the way you will think about it, so if you read Patanjali and follow, you will see that he is structuring the mind in a way to pay attention how mind is moving, how mind is modifying, how it is changing. Be aware, be attentive about it, how energy is flowing, how it is going to our sense organs, the movements, the energy, making it to move, creating sense, creating desires. So, in understanding the self, he is giving a methodology to make you understand. And through that understanding, he is awakening and making you recognize what is the truth, who you are, what powers you can adopt, where you can fall, where you can stop, where is the last point you should reach. And if you will stop here, you are, no? If you are stuck, and these are the experiences, how you can climb up and go to the final path. So, giving it a full analytical system, different kinds of categories of people he is recognizing, dividing the categories of people who will walk on this path, and different remedies, different experiences. So he is giving a full system about and the path of ascent. Anyone who likes this idea, and anybody who likes to propose, this is the basis of inference. You can find out, okay, appearing to be worth trying. Pragmatic, be pragmatic about it. Let's practice it. Let's see this way. Let's become aware of the modifications of mind. Let's focus on three states of consciousness when it's changing from waking to dream to sleep, and follow him. When mind moves to different dialectics and it starts to torture some thoughts and ideas and it starts to give wrong belief, then how to counter it?
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah. I guess what I'm asking is because we're kind of doing a review of all religions, and finding the commonalities of their beliefs of how they're engaging their rational mind into understanding God, but at the same time, we're still keeping. Are we still we're keeping the realizations of the techniques of Kashmir Shaivism as supreme, as the ultimate goal? Is that our intention with this as well?
Well, we cannot
Yeah.
do it. You need to
Yeah.
understand the whole Indian religion system.
Yeah.
This way of their argument of Vedanta and Kashmir
Mm.
Shaivism, that's
Mm.
the layers of realities
Yes.
religions are acquiring. One
Mm.
reality is psychological reality, the
Yes.
world. Argument is it's true or false.
Mm.
Very simple.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
So, on the basis of immediately two categorizations of mind, one, no, another come inside. So, it's transcendental or imminent. Two categorizations. So this way, like very pure categorization, and India is emerging now towards the level of being. If you start to see the level of being, so one being is a psychological being, another being your individual being, the divine form of individual. Two. Then from there, another being is the God Maya Shakti, like God material nature, and one God is in its pure form. Four. And this is how arguments here going. So Kashmir Shaivism is coming like first psychological Advaita. We try, all humans try, find a soulmate where psychologically will be non-dualism, not possible. Psychological non-dualism with one person to another, impossible, because it's the uniqueness, unique expression of the mind. Okay, so we go to experience a little bit more to the self. Me, contented, my form is fully perfect, not needing anybody, independent. Here,
sorry, gee, I got people coming in
independent.
there.
So here we start to experience a kind of which we were seeking in human form, did not find this expression in love, didn't find this experience. We start to find it into the self itself and say, oh, I am perfect. I don't need anybody. I'm fully independent. I can be blissful just closing my eyes and being with myself. My Shiva Shakti united, my male female united this way, and I am a unique individual. You come to self realization. From here, self realization, you started to relate with the God self, the real self is relating now with the God. So here is also was and relating to God in the material nature of the God and spiritual nature. So in this way, Kashmiri Shaivism comes, we are in Paradvaita, like individual spiritual nature and God spiritual nature is one. My beyond nature and the God beyond nature is one. This is Parad. That's where he say that we are a little bit superior in its own. We are higher. And here you can find combinations of many non-dualism in different way. One becoming one with the whole nature. One becoming one with the energy of the, we say, Shiva or God. Becoming one with the Para Shakti, Apara Shakti. In this way, you can experience many non. And Kashmir Shaivism will say we are the highest in a way that we are dwelling, you can dwell into your divine nature and the God divine nature in oneness. And live this creation coming out of the truth is not a false. While in the analytical way, you go in a different way and you see my transcendental nature of witness, and that transcendental of witness is one. In that way also. So you can say inclusive way, and also you can say analytical. Both will say we are superior. The analytical part, people say I am superior, and these people will say I am superior. It's just play, a cultural play, nothing serious about it. Seem like they are training their mind in arguments. Yeah, it's a playful here. Nothing serious. And hence the Tantra becomes we are superior, they say, because we are including both. We are not denying. While analytical people categorically denying the world as not true. So in this way, Tantra says we are superior, because we are denying nothing. We have everything, including you, including your approach, including analytic.
Okay.
So both maintain their ego, and they are maintaining very well for hundreds of years. But it's just playfulness, your choice. And if you see this, then you say, okay, just the play. And Patanjali is coming from completely different angle. Yeah. We don't go so deep. It's just for you also important. Data structure should not be confused. Right. and words should not confuse us, like Kavalya, Nirvana, Samadhi. Yeah, here you see pure observer. Well, this is the methodology. We need to remember that it's just the methodology of it. And now we can. Oh, we did not go to create. Yeah. So this we need to one awful. Completely opposite, you see. Our plugin is not easy thing. Both are two dimensions, no? Both, that's how I will say Kashmir Shaivism, Advait Vedanta. We are plugging it in, both together. Transcend the world, enter the world so deeply that it dissolves into the absolute. Two approaches. You see? Fully opposite. Very thought is opposite. See? Two. Complete opposite. Dual, non-dual, binding, expression, obstacle. No, it's not an obstacle, it's a door. And it's a separation, no, recognition of oneness. So be aware, no, that we are dealing with fully philosophically, completely two opposite. And it will be a challenge to put the methodology for that. But in a way, we need it. A mind not more categorically divided. And the methodology, the practices in daily life also not divided. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the senses, I'm not this, I'm not that. No rejections, no separations. Any experience as a doorway, breath, sound, emotion, shock, silence. Experience is a distraction. You know, yoga people, oh, thought came. Thought came like calamity came. The sitting meditation, oh, idea came. My goodness, earthquake happened. Now, whole environment is the cause. I go isolate myself somewhere. Distraction. So they keep on silencing. Oh, and here, experience happened. Oh, the God appeared. Fluctuation came in the mind. Now I can be enlightened. Opportunity. Very opposite we are dealing with, I tell you. Complete two opposites. And you will say India. What is India? Schizophrenic. No, the Indian mind is a strange mind, like it's multiple disorders. No? If you look normal psychology, all Indian will have multiple disorder and look schizophrenic. How this, like how you will balance the mind with these two opposite philosophies, and you have to live together, which are completely opposite. Look, so much discipline. Here, just awareness. One tool, awareness. This is everything. And here is nothing. It's 2 point. I have a completely different philosophy to bridge this, to methodology, to bridging these both philosophies. The Hatha Yoga in a very different way that will bridge the brain and the body and the philosophy together in experience. But the physical training, breath and body movement training is very different. Yeah. Oh, 11:07 already. Okay. So
Okay.
this was just to give you an idea,
Yeah.
data structures, from where you find informations and how you keep it.
Okay. I was taking some notes to make a mind
And
map.
all other is your, to see the inference in this Christianity we already saw in Thomas Aquinas. Other you find in Jewish and Islam, and I will see in modern physics and modern philosophies. Let's see what they are learning is. And you see our challenge.
Mm.
Challenge comes in practice. And yeah, in practice is a challenge. And philosophical also is a challenge, completely two opposite ways. And we will find a way. That's my work. See you next Saturday.
Okay. Cool.